Did Alex Pereira really get hacked, or was there maybe something else going on with that tweet behind the scenes? In this video, hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Alex Poatan Pereira shocked the MMA world last night by tweeting out the following. Alex Pereira on his official Twitter account posted, "I always answered the UFC's calls, but if they want to play with me, we can do that. I've never spoken poorly of the UFC, but with what I've just heard, I'm disheartened. I've already had thoughts of not fighting anymore, and after what was just relayed to me, this may be the start."
That's f***ing illegal.
Now, when I read that, or I saw that, I was driving home from training, I was like, what is going on here? Because if we analyze it, what could be happening that he heard that disheartened him and blah blah blah, this and that, and make him want to stop fighting? Now, the first thing that came to my mind was that he maybe gets excluded from the title shot, that maybe the UFC gives someone else the light heavyweight title shot against Ankalaev.
Putin Ankalaev.
But then in the second thought, I was like, that makes no sense. The UFC is not stupid.
Absolutely, 100%.
They will not have their biggest draw right now. I mean, next to Ilia Topuria, I think Alex Pereira right now is the biggest. He is the biggest name in the sport right now from all the active fighters. So the worst thing that happened for them is Ankalaev beating him. For them, Pereira as a champion is the best thing that can happen. So it would make zero sense of the UFC from a business perspective, and they are all business, to not let Pereira fight for the title again. They want him to be champion, right? And there is no clear-cut contender otherwise. It's not like you have someone that is just beating everyone, just waiting for a title shot, and it would be unfair to give Pereira a rematch. No. You have no other contender, plus Pereira as well is deserving because he stepped up so many times for the UFC on short notice, had like 3 title defenses, so he is more than deserving of a rematch.
This is not over!
And he did not get submitted or something. He lost a decision that was not that close, but still, he lost a decision. He was competitive in that fight. So that makes zero sense to me. But then, of course, 1 hour later, approximately, Pereira came out with a statement where it kind of looked like he was held on gunpoint or something. And it also, in a way, did not seem too honest, that video. I don't know if you watched the video, he's like always almost like smirking a little bit whilst he's saying that he got hacked. He said he got hacked, blah, blah, blah. He did not know of this post and all of that. And then the first thought I was like, okay, he probably got hacked. But then if you think about it again, it's like, he does a random video like 1 hour later where it seems like he's being held at gunpoint, and it did not feel like he's being 100% honest in that video. That's just my feeling, my analysis, and I think that a lot of UFC fans felt the same. And then as well, I watched Ariel Helwani's reaction to it, and Ariel has very good connections to the Pereira team. He has been on his show several times, and he reached out to several people on Pereira's camp right after those tweets, and he got a facepalm emoji and I think some other reactions, but he did not get any, "Hey, we've been hacked." He did not get any official statement, and that's what he asked for. And if they would have been hacked, they would have known that immediately, right? Because they would know what they post and don't post. So they could have just told him, "Hey, we've been hacked." They could have also told him, "Hey, but don't leak it yet, or don't say it yet, we'll make a video ourselves," or something like that. So to me, that was also kind of suspicious, that like, if they were really hacked, why wouldn't they tell him? They would want that news to be spread. They would not want that fake news of his fake post to be that viral, right? They would want to clarify that immediately. So why would they not tell anything to Ariel, who they have great relations with? And then this video, so it made me think, did maybe some negotiations behind the scenes go wrong, and he then just used that post to kind of level it up to 100 to get himself more pull in those negotiations, or to make the UFC fulfill his demands, Because the last thing the UFC wants is their biggest star saying he might be done with fighting because of what the UFC did and this and that. Very bad press for the UFC. But then again, if that would have been the case, did they just solve that in like 1 hour? And like, if it would have been such a big thing that they could not figure out behind the scenes that he had to go out and make that post. He would not make that post just because they maybe said no once to one of his money demands or something. That's not how negotiations work. It would have need to be something that they tried to get so hard and the UFC just would not want to give it to them. So they were so desperate that the last thing they saw was going to social media and posting that because he has never done this before. And then the UFC media says, please clarify that this was fake. We will reach all your demands. It just does not seem too realistic to me. But then again, who hacks someone to make a post like that? Normally, if you get hacked, it's crypto scams or something like that gets promoted. Or if someone would try to make fun or have a fun time with posting something like that, they would turn it up a notch. This post was written very, not cordial, but like in a nice manner, you know what I mean? Where he explains himself and stuff like that. Otherwise, if I would hack Pereira and I would try to have some fun with it, I would turn it up at least 1 notch from what he posted there. But then again, not everyone is the same. So there's a lot of unanswered questions there that I, of course, don't have a definitive answer for. But my gut feeling is that something behind the scenes maybe went wrong or something like that, and that not Pereira himself, but someone from his team thought that this would be a smart idea to post that to get this additional pull for whatever they wanted. I don't know what it is. As I said, I don't think the title shot is what is at stake here. Then Pereira and the other people from his team were like, hey man, maybe that's not a smart idea, blah, 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 this and that, or the UFC just fulfilled his demands or whatever, and he then made that video. Because as I said, this video just did not seem too honest I don't think he told the whole story in that video. But this is my opinion on that whole topic. What is your opinion? Write it in the comments. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, guys. Make sure to check out my merch, bloodsportmma. The link is in the bio. You get worldwide free shipping with the code FREE, freshest MMA merch in the industry. Stay bloody, you guys, and until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.